to man, the teenage brain. Hopefully, this video will be able to answer any questions you may have about your son or daughter's decision-making process. If not, give you a better understanding of it. Alright, let us begin. To start things off, I'm going to name a few facts about the teenage brain. First, the teenage brain develops from the back of the brain to the front. Second, the teenage brain is constantly developing and changing. It's always new every single day. Even to this day, it's changing and developing. Third, finally, the teenage brain does the majority of its decision-making process in the back of the brain. Remember, this is going to be important later on. Now, we've gone over a couple of facts that can help you understand our lesson. Here's some strengths of the teenage brain. Teens have a very high level of plasticity in their brains. If you do not know what this means, plasticity is how well it can adapt, how it can move around, how it can be influenced easily. And teens have a very high level of this. They can be easily adaptable to events and environments and can be influenced by these things. Another strength of the teenage brain is that it's seeking constantly reward and gratification. However, these strengths can lead to some pretty powerful limitations. Now, the plasticity of the brain is quite powerful, but this leaves the brain quite vulnerable to negative stimuli such as drugs or alcohol. It can cause more dangerous effects to them. Decrease in development, decrease in brain use, can even increase their risks of death. Another one of these weaknesses is their constant seeking gratification. Now, I already said this is strength, but this strength can lead to some weaknesses. That weakness is how they make their decisions. Since they're so pleasure and risk driven, they don't have time to input logic or reasoning. They're more focused on going straight for pleasure. For example, driving in the car with friends or by themselves. Most adults usually choose to be by themselves and alone so they can focus better and pay attention to the road easily. Now, teenagers, in my past experience, usually like to drive more with friends than by themselves because they can feel more fun or have fun with their friends while driving, listening to songs on the radio, singing along with them, dancing in their seats. This is all great and fun, but these are distractions. These distractions can lead to some very dangerous consequences. Death, manslaughter, serious injury. It can not only harm the individuals in the car, but others outside the car. Now, all of these weaknesses and strengths can help us tie in to our main focus here, the teenage brain and its decision making. Now then, the strengths and weaknesses, like I said earlier, are essential in the teenage brain development in terms of decision making. Now, one of the things that I already said earlier is its development from the back to the front. Now, this is actually one of the processes in teenage decision making. The process in which it does most of decision making is the back of the head, which is the reward system, also known as nucleus accumbens and striatum. Nucleus accumbens is a part of striatum, so those are not important, so do not focus on those things. That is not essential to what we're trying to get to the point of here. Now, those things are the reward system. Like I said earlier, gratification, thrill seeking, so on and so forth. That is where the teen does most of its decision making. However, the prefrontal cortex, the logic side, reasoning part of the brain, which is the front here, the front, it develops last. This is where adults make their decisions and do their decision making, thus leading to some rather questionable decisions. Now, that is the end of our PSA video today. Thank you so much for joining me. Now, parents, before we go, I'm just going to go over a few takeaway points, if you may. Now, the teenage brain has a high level of plasticity, can be influenced. Another, it builds from the back to the front. And finally, it makes most decisions using its reward system, nucleus accumbens striatum. Now, that is it for today. Ladies and gentlemen, parents of teenagers, hopefully the things I've told you here today have helped you understand why your children are a little bit crazy sometimes and why they make the decisions that they make. Thank you all for listening and paying attention today. Have a great day. Goodbye. This has been PSA announcer Riel Firas Name signing out. Oh, it's over.